walk the highway of life without a safety net, to follow something even bigger than my pride, to show up with courage even when I'm trembling inside.
Hi, I'm Emme Simon. Hello, all you beautiful, fab women out there. I'm really happy to be with you because I'm going to share creating a new normal with you. I'm really going to share my life and my understandings of how to walk into your abundant life already waiting for you. So I really want to start back in 2011 and just share a little bit about myself. It was 2011. My life sucked. I was ending a business, I was ending my marriage, and I even had thought about ending my life. I had so much noise going on in my head. I don't know if you have felt that way. I call it my crazy, because I felt like my entire life was falling down and it was crumbling at my feet. I really didn't know what was next. So I was asking, I was sitting in my dining room going, what's next? Why is this happening to me? I don't think I came here for this. There's got to be something else. What is it? What else is there? Because man, if this is it, it's got to be a joke, because I don't want to be here anymore. And in that instance, I heard, you can change your normal. And wow, it woke me up. And I went, oh, I'm the one who created this normal for me. This struggle, this fear, the doubt, the craziness. I was living my life, I thought, right. But I could see that I had created that. And so then I heard this thought saying, you can create a new normal. And in that instance, I knew that I could create my new normal. And so at that moment, I took 100% responsibility for my life, and I started a journey. And I'm just curious, have you ever had those thoughts before? Or maybe right now you're in transition, maybe you're just a new entrepreneur, or you've just retired and you're looking for your life purpose. What I found is stepping outside of my normal really is very uncomfortable. And so what is the thought that comes up for you the most? I just want you to take a moment and write that down. What is the thought that most comes up for you? So walking into your abundant life, and that's waiting for you. I'm a certified by Martha Beck, and I love this quote by her. The way to find your North Star or your abundant life is not to think or feel your way forward, but to dissolve the thoughts and feelings that make you miserable. So you don't have to learn your destiny. You already know it. You just have to unlearn the thoughts that blind you to what you know. So at the time, what I knew is I was living and that I had created was very gray. I was stuck in my old stories, and I was living in fear. I was living in worry and doubt and blame. I was blaming everything, all my outside circumstances, for the way my life was. And I was saying, why is this happening to me? And then I knew there was life B, and I knew that could be my new life. And it was very colorful, and it had peace in it. And that new life had play, and it also had my life purpose in it. And I knew that I could travel and around the world. So I decided to change my perception on why is this happening to me, to something wonderful is happening for me. So I took responsibility, and I kept saying something wonderful is happening for me. So I went on a quest. I traveled. I studied with the best of the best, and all in the quest of finding the tools of healing myself first from the inside out so I could help others heal. And I discovered how to dissolve thoughts. I discovered how to feel feelings. And I really discovered how to create my new normal with purpose, with my peace, and with my play. And that's what I want to share with you today. I'm going to share with you 3 things. Number 1, show up for your assignment. So I set a bold intention for myself to live an abundant life. So the first thing you want to do is show up for your assignment. Secondly, you want to pay attention to your thoughts. You want to pay attention to your feelings and what's happening out around you. And third, you want to get out of the way and you want to let the universe help you out. And then there's one thing that I say is, and let it be ease. So our minds are designed to be the empty space for the vision of our heart to be manifest through. We already know our destiny. It's just a matter of us getting out of the way and let it be easy. So the first thing you need to do is show up for the assignment. When you set a bold intention for yourself, you need to show up. And I want to just talk about one thing first. Energy is our first language. And I don't know if you've experienced this or not, but I bet you have. Have you walked into a party and you sense maybe the couple that was giving the party, there was something off? Well, maybe like they had a fight. Well, that's energy. And so you just picked up on the energy. So energy is our first language, and we have the ability to sense what's going on. I have a perfect example of it. I walked into our house. I was 13 years old, and my mom was sitting in her chair, and my sister was in the back bedroom crying, and it felt like death. It literally felt like death. And I remember going back in the bedroom. She was 15, and I said to her, "Did Bill die?" That was the boyfriend she was dating at the time. I really felt the energy. So I'm sure you've had that experience. Now, Bill didn't die, but that's the example that I remember so clearly when I just walked into the house, and I was only 13 years old. So energy is our first language. So show up. And I ask you, who are you showing up for in your business? You know, who are you showing up as in your relationships? And who are you showing up with your kids? You know, I always like to look at it as 3 different aspects of myself showing up. So I'll say, who's showing up in my business today? And I call it my dysfunctional male syndrome, that I'm just feel like I must be do, because I gotta meet a deadline. And that's my indicator that I'm a little off balanced. Or my wounded child, which is needy. She's always looking outside of herself. If she goes to a networking event, she's kind of needy. She needs to feel loved. She needs to get somebody else's approval. Or my wise woman, my sovereign queen, the one that's sitting in her authority and authoring her life on her terms. Who shows up? And as Gabby said, that your presence, let me go back and read that. If your presence doesn't work, neither will your words. And so feeling is healing. And we've got to pay attention to how we feel, because our emotions, I discovered, are our inner GPS system. It's our inner God positioning system. It really is telling me when I'm off track. If I feel anger, I know that's a little bell ringing that, hey, I've gone off course. I've gone off course within myself, and all I need to do is come back into my peace, my presence, like shift from the fear back to love. And then I'm able to move forward down the course of my life. So your emotions really are your inner GPS tracking system, and you can transform your emotions into a greater way of being. You know, your greatest strength shall be your greatest, your greatest weakness shall be your greatest strength. So, feeling is healing. And the way we create, we've got to pay attention to our feelings. You can pay attention to your thoughts, and then pay attention to your words, because thoughts, words, and feelings are the trinity of creation here. This is how we manifest our abundant life now, is when our thoughts, our feelings, and our words are all in alignment. So pay attention. And I want to talk about our words, because our words is really the first language. And we know energy's first, and then really our words are second. So it's the energy behind the words, but our words shape our reality. So words create. Words do have vibration. Every word is translatable. And words create certain energies. So I have this quote that I like from Robert Tennyson Stevens. He wrote the book Conscious Language. I found my own thoughts, my inner speech, was prescribing and pre-ordering my outer reality. So I found that the universe and our subconscious minds are connected and are literal. So you think about that for a moment. We have three minds. We have our subconscious mind that's here, and it's our feeling world. It's the world that from the ages of 0 to 6 we're just impressed upon because our reasoning mind wasn't on track. So anything that happened from in your family, anything that was happening in your outer world, you just picked up, and it literally came in just like a computer. You know, if some garbage came in, it wrote it into the subconscious mind. And then we have our conscious mind, which is what we see in our outer world every day. Whether you see the joy or if you're seeing disaster, like, you know, what images are you having in your mind? And then we have our superconscious mind. So that is where that abundant life lives. That's that divine pattern is in that superconscious mind. And our goal is to come into alignment with our subconscious, our conscious, and our superconscious to have access to our heart's desires. So I love that quote, because we're always prescribing our world based upon our words, based upon our feelings, and based upon our thoughts. Pay attention to what you're saying. Our words shape our reality. Our words do shape our reality, and I want to talk to you about the language of limitation and non-choice. I have discovered that a lot of people like to use the word want. And when I ask people, what do you want? I find that lots of times they get a blank stare on their face. Like our imagination, our creative, our intuitive, the I part of ourself has sort of shut down. And so bringing that I back in will actually start opening up that creative side within ourselves. And so what do you want? And just write something down. I want blank. Great. So the word want in the dictionary, printed prior to 1946, had 27 definitions. And 26 of those definitions were definitions that meant lack. And only one meant desire. So when you say, I want love, the want is coming from lack. So where is it? I want love. It's outside of yourself. It's out there. And an upgrade that you can do is say, I choose love. Now, does that feel different in you? I choose love. So that's an empowering, more empowering feeling within myself. And I think you'll feel it too. So choice, if you pay attention, because choice is what that turns your ship around. When we make our choices, We get rid of the vagooey on the inside. You see, for the longest time, I was vogue on the outside and very vague and vagooey on the inside. I was living somebody else's life, and I was always out there doing because I was looking for love in all the wrong places. And so what I'm actually saying is come back home here with yourself through choice. It turns your ship around. Robert Tennyson Stevens says, a change from want to choice is going from reverse and dying into forward and life. And I have a principle that I live by. I follow life and living. I make my choices. So anything less than your highest choice will contain self-sabotage. So why? Because we aren't here to design to thrive. We're not here to design to settle or struggle. We are designed to thrive and be abundant. And our abundant life is right here now waiting for us. We just need to show up and pay attention to the party. You know, our thoughts, our feelings, and our words all in alignment. So here's my little secret about choice. We can live in 10-minute increments. We can choose, and then we can choose again. You know, that's the one thing I think that a lot of us don't understand, that we can keep choosing, and then choice creates awareness. And then we take action from that awareness. And then what we need to do is, the next step is get out of the way. Because when we make a choice for ourselves, the possibilities are endless that come about. And if we're willing to actually receive and have an open palm those possibilities, the universe is here to contribute to us. And really, what I have found that lots of times my thoughts want to creep in and say, you can't do that. That's why I call it the 10-second miracle. Because if you make your miracle move before that thought pops in, you can keep moving towards your target. So get out of the way. Our minds really are here and are designed to be that empty space for our vision in our hearts to manifest through. And in 2011, I was very vogue on the outside. I still think I'm pretty vogue, like you fab women out there. But I was so vague on the inside. I was full of a gooey. And I was really codependent, living somebody else's life. But I discovered choice. And as I create and make my next highest choice, I keep moving my life forward. And this is one thing I discovered, that when I set that bold intentions now, I don't look at the finish line. It's not about how it shows up. It's really about the journey. And when I set a bold intention to go beyond my normal, I know this, that anything less than that bold intention is going to come into my space. So when I have my tools on board to feel my feelings, to pay attention to my thoughts, I'm able to actually go through the transformational process, sometimes in seconds. Sometimes it takes a day. It might take an entire weekend, but it's a lot shorter process. And so I just say, show up, pay attention, get out of the way. And for me this year, it's let it be easy. Let it be ease. So in closing, everything turns into something. We're just all energy. So fear is to keep you from choosing to expand every area of your life. Fear is your faith returning to be yourself. What if you being yourself is the greatest gift you could give to the world? I'm Emme Simon. I do help women who see and identify their fears and their blocks so that they can move forward in their lives and create their new normal with peace, with their own purpose, and with their own play. The universe, this is what I know, the universe works fast when we're having fun. So I'd love it if you, watching this video, would email me. My email is mesimon29 @gmail.com. And I will send you my virtual goodie bag that I had available at the Fab Women presentation. I also check out my website and go out and sign up for a free coaching session out on my website under Contact Me. And my website is creatinganewnormal.com. Have a wonderful day. Bye, Fab Women.